All right. So I got my notes all set, uh, all in one go on the same day. So it's a little unorganized today because this month didn't go quite the greatest. Um, but yeah, let's just say I was a little sleepy from getting overconfident last month. And then that led to bad decisions because I was getting too overconfident with how much I could do in a day, which started to lead into cutting sleep. And then, if you're listening to the music right now, I got distracted by a particular game that's #1 on Steam, and everyone's playing it. And it's made by the same developers that made Magicka, what I spent like over 300 hours on. And it was like one of my go-to games for such a long time. So, Helldivers 2, yes, I was down into that. That's why I picked this scenery right now. Also, funnily enough, like this mantled beast thing, apparently they're from like a desert planet too, so that also works out. But yeah, but since like I'm doing this impromptu, I'm basically gonna be talking a bit about Smash, and I'm gonna be talking about Helldivers. There's now a whole lot of other things because I didn't take as many notes as I normally do. So a lot of the stuff that happened, I forgot a lot. So gamer talk this time for the most part. But yeah. First, I'm going to talk about Magicka because I didn't play the original Helldivers. So I want to talk about Magicka because that's why I got like interested in Helldivers in the first place. Because I'm pretty sure back when I first like got interested in Magicka, I'm pretty sure there was only like 7 devs. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure it's just 7 devs. And now like Helldivers 2 has like 100 devs, so they've grown quite a bit. But yeah, I don't remember how I found out about it. I wouldn't be surprised if it was either a friend or like Total Biscuit, because at one point, like pretty much every game that Total Biscuit liked, I liked as well. Like his interests and my interests are very similar. I don't know if that's the case anymore because he's probably played a bajillion games and probably his views on games has changed too much. But I don't know. I haven't seen his stuff in forever. And I haven't been keeping up with video games as much as I used to. But yeah, I still love playing games. Let's see. What else was I gonna say? Let's see. Oh, that's right. Speaking of devs on Magicka, towards the end of like Magicka, I had one of the newer devs started like talking to me. There was like 2 main things that I remember. One is like, wait, are you using a macro? And I'm like, no, I'm not using a macro. And I thought that was hilarious because I'm like, I felt so flattered. I'm like, oh boy. And then later on, he's like, yeah, I'm actually a dev. I want to actually know like what's the actual hardest thing that you could toss at an opponent. And like all the players that are playing the game, I'm like, oh really? Well, generally, you have the dwarves and things that have a lot of like elemental stuff because you can't shield like physical stuff and elemental stuff at the same time. And then like literally the next DLC, they just swarm you with dwarves and like I think the fire lizards all at the same time. And I'm like, did he do that? Was that actually the dev? Was that? What? So I thought that was kind of funny. Because now I try not to go like, ooh, they made the game that I'm experiencing. But like, I'm not totally immune to that. Because, you know, I love video games a lot. But yeah, I just thought that was funny way back when. Though I will say they made me think about things like from the game dev perspective, because like it made me realize the enemies are kind of created in a way that like you're supposed to like figure them out like a puzzle and then fix it, like do a strategy based on that. That's generally how Magicka goes. So that kind of like went all out the window for that difficulty thing. So I thought that was kind of funny. With that said, though, that was like the hardest thing that like I saw in Magicka. I didn't play the Grim Grimnir's laboratory DLC, so I don't know. I hear that one gets hard. And I want to get to that at some point, but I don't know. It's like, it's been so many years, and now that everyone's playing Helldivers 2, I don't think I'll ever actually go back and play that. But we'll see. But like the only other two things was the Vietnam DLC before they changed the spells, because after they changed the spells, you get a rock shield and you can just walk about and you just never die. I think like the only thing that can really kill you is the rockets, but if I remember right, I'm pretty sure you're safe from one shot from the rocket, even with the rocket or the rock shield. So Vietnam got so easy after they changed the spells. Then the other like super hard thing is when you're fighting Cthulhu, because he'll mess with your controls, and that makes it really hard. And then there's like another boss while you're fighting Cthulhu from a previous chapter. So unless if you have the thing that like transforms that boss into something else, you're in for a rough time. So yeah. But yeah, I felt good doing Magicka back then, because I was doing things day one, so I basically was getting like super popular. But then around that time, like I played Smite, and then my computer like melted, and then I had to get a new computer, so I wasn't able to finish off all the DLCs for Magicka, unfortunately. But yeah. That's basically my little story with Magicka, because I used to play Magicka with so many friends, but because of the team kill is so strong in that game, like it was always easier for me to just play by myself, because I'd always die from other people. in Helldivers 2, there's still a lot of team killing, but it's nowhere near as bad as Magicka. I assume the first Helldivers as well, because it's top down and you have to be kind of close to each other, so it's very easy to go kill each other. Whereas Helldivers 2, you can be on the opposite side of the map from each other and you'll be totally fine. But yeah, it still happens quite a lot because drones, turrets, will shoot through your teammates to get to the enemy quite often, and then the AoEs are ludicrously huge in Helldivers 2, and I love it. And it takes me a while to get used to that, because I'm so used to like huge AoEs in Helldivers 2, like being these things that take forever to come back. But like you can spam them quite frequently in Helldivers 2. So yeah. Let's see here. But yeah. I want to go talk about, like, I don't know. I guess I'll go talk about the frickin' weapons and stratagems in Helldivers 2 and my overall thoughts on the game. And then I'll start talking about other things. So, bop. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I didn't think about this. Wonder why I was recording before. Look at me, I'm upside down. Also, I do love the music. It's kind of ridiculous. Oh no, I did it wrong. I was not prepared. There we go. Good enough. And what was I recording? The heck was I recording? Well, anyways. But yeah, I guess I'll start with the stratagems first. Bop. Full screen. So, I'm going to start from the worst and go to the best. Bottom three is like, they come with you all the time, so it basically doesn't count. And then the ballistic shield, I haven't really tried, but I don't need to try, because you can just look at gameplay, and even though like people are crouched behind and using the SMG, like they're getting hit constantly, even from the little guys when there's not that many around. I'm just like, why would you subject yourself to going slow and getting hit way more? It's like completely outclassed by the shield generator. And even if they made the ballistic shield bigger, you're still going to get hit from the sides from other people, and you can still get one shot randomly from one of the rocket dudes when you're fighting bots. And I don't think it's too effective against the melee and the bugs. I totally forget. I mainly see it being used against bots, so I don't know how well it does against bugs. But I've heard a lot of negative things about that. And then smoke stuff, like you have 4 randoms going together. There's not going to be cooperation with that. I could probably grab my friends and go do smoke stuff, but like, you know, a lot of them can be impatient, and most of them just want to just blow things up. So stealth probably not going to happen. Even though that like at higher difficulties, it's so much easier if you're avoiding the patrols, because they spawn so much. It's kind of ridiculous. But yeah, good luck trying to get a group of people that'll do smoke stuff. But yeah. Then you got the HMG emplacement and the shield. It's like, in theory, they're absolutely broken if you can stay in one spot for a long time. But things could get into the shield just by walking in it. And not only that, you don't stay in one spot forever. And even if you do stay in one spot forever, like, I don't remember how much health the shield has, but at higher difficulties, they throw ridiculous things at you, so I can't imagine it being that much. But then again, Risk of Rain had a shield that was completely, like, invulnerable. Like, you cannot destroy that shield, so maybe the shield in this game will be, like, similarly strong. But based on what I've seen, I'm pretty sure no, because I'm pretty sure I've seen it go down a few times. It's something I have to go play with more, but most of the time, anytime I've seen someone use it, there's like no enemies around. So, yeah. But, in theory, it's good. But, like, But yeah, mortars. Mortars are more of a detriment in bugs, but if you fight bots, mortars are like super broken because since the bots move so slowly, they're always grouped together. It just absolutely destroys them. And there's a lot of like heavy armor stuff, so it also helps with that. So mortar's absolutely broken for the bots. Just don't bring them for bugs. You'll kill your teammates all the time. Love the mortars though. It definitely like it adds to the feel of like a lot of the bot planets. People making fun of like you're basically going into robot Vietnam, which I find funny. The mines. The mines I have not used much of, but they do not like disappear for the rest of the match. I waited 30 minutes and then someone came in and ended the mission. I'm like, okay, well, 30 minutes, that's long enough. I don't need to go wait another 10 minutes to find out. I'm not going to do that test ever again. So, I love the mines. Tesla coil, however, only lasts for like... You can have like 2 of them up at the same time, but they don't last much longer after they're both up. But Tesla coil can be destroyed just by being attacked. And some things will just instantly kill it, like the charger. I hate the charger, because that's why I can't use the HMG emplacement or like many of the turrets. Because he'll go straight towards those things, usually after I just call it. So I'm just like, screw it. It's like, the turrets, when they're up, they're godlike. They just destroy everything. But they have a limited amount of health, and they have a limited amount of ammo, so they're generally not as good as other things. But gosh darn, they alleviate the pressure off of you so well. So I love the turrets. The rocket... one of my friends loves the rocket, but for me, it's like every time I've seen it, it's like it turns slower than all the other ones, and it does not fire very much. It's not very accurate. I know there's an AoE, but it's still not very accurate. I've seen like so much footage of it just like trying to go shoot like any of the bugs, and they just go to the side. And then I would imagine the bots, while they don't move that much, they're very thin on the little guys. But the big guys, it would probably be very effective against the big guys. But yeah, good luck with that. But then there's also the chainsaw guys. And I think they would swarm the rocket turret. But yeah. Machine gun. I don't know if there's any benefit to having the machine gun over the Gatling gun. I assume it would be more efficient with its ammo, but I don't know. But in general, just use the Gatling. It's faster for some reason, and it kills things so much quicker. So might as well just bring the Gatling. Then the autocannon, you can use that on everything. Little guys, big guys. It's absolutely broken. The only problem is that AoE is very good at killing your allies. I think that's like kind of a theme here. It's like the better the turret, the more likely it's going to kill your teammates. Now, up here, I'm putting like the orbitals and eagles in an unordered thing because I haven't used the AoEs that much. So this is all unordered because I haven't used them nearly enough. The EMS and the smoke, the poison cloud, I've heard that when you use them together, it's absolutely deadly because, for example, if like you throw it on a bug breach, like everything that comes out of that area is just going to die because it's going to get stunned, and then it's just in massive like damage over time. So nothing, and it goes off of 75 seconds. So you're going to just wreck everything very frequently. So you never have to worry about bug patrols. On bots, still can do that. I'd rather just bring a... The only problem is it's like you need 2 stratagems for this. So for bots, I'd rather just bring like expendable anti-tank, or maybe recoilless. But then again, kind of want to have the backpack slot. So I don't know. That's something I'd have to go test on the bots. And then I love the orbital laser. Just massive laser coming down from the skies, just melting everything. I love it every time. Then all of these other ones, I don't remember what they are. I know that the barrages are super inaccurate. I'm sure there'll be a use for it, but at this point in the game, like everyone doesn't like the barrages. I know there's one that like snipes whatever like is the biggest dude. But I'm pretty sure it has a long cooldown, so I'm not sure if that's worth it. But you know what doesn't have a long cooldown is the eagle things. Now, I don't know about the orbitals, but I do know the eagles have like get taken offline a lot more, at least against the bots, because the bots have like anti-air guns every now and then. So you have to go get rid of those so you can get an eagle. But like the eagles... Like, pretty much everything is, like, really good. Like, you got the cluster bombs that absolutely kill all the little guys, and you can spam it, basically, more than any of the other eagles. So it's, like, the best AoE for killing little guys. But it doesn't destroy buildings. I'm pretty sure the one on the right of the cluster bomb also doesn't destroy buildings. But, like, hits multiple times, if I remember right. I don't know what it's called, though. But I haven't used that one much. The napalm is the only other one that... Oh, wait, actually... Oh, that's right, there's 2 different type of rockets. The napalm I haven't used, but, like, fire is very underwhelming in its current state right now. Because a lot of the time, because of how chaotic the game is, you need stuff dead immediately. Like, at anytime something comes up, you need it dead right away. Otherwise... something might hit you, and you can just die in just a couple hits from just about anything. So you need it dead immediately. But maybe if they buff the fire damage or something, it'll be worth it. Because one thing that's nice about fire is that it lingers for a while, but I don't think it's worth it. Because the only thing I can see being good about fire is if you're like behind your team, and you're just basically spreading like fire everywhere as you're retreating. Other than that, like I don't see a whole lot of benefit to fire, unfortunately. Now, I don't remember which of these missile eagles it is, but like I've been using the airstrike quite a bit because I'm pretty sure it has a shorter cooldown. But like you can spam that one and destroy buildings, and you can clear out like any of the ads. So I'm pretty sure it's like one of the first ones too, but like it's really good. You can just keep on spamming it. And then you got the nuke, the 500 kg. Like, I love spamming the nuke. And then you get the upgrade later on, where you can have 2 of them. So my friends love spamming the heck out of the nukes. It's just like the two of them, they both have the max unlock, so they just kept alternating nuke, 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 and then I also brought a nuke, so it was like five different nukes going off. So there was always like everything being cleared off constantly. It's so stupid and funny. The AoE is deceptively small, but it kills. Very fun. Alrighty. So now we're gonna get to like these other things. Oh, did I not finish? I didn't finish. Ugh. I thought I finished. Oh well. Let's see. So I guess I'll start with the backpack items first, because I feel like all the backpack items are like absolutely godlike because they don't take up a slot that you're currently using. So, because you can, if you bring just like all turrets or something else, you're just wasting your backpack slot. The backpack items are great. So my favorite one is the supply, because while it doesn't actually give you anything different, it allows you to spam everything, and you feel godlike because you get the stims every time you give yourself ammo. So like if I'm using the grenade launcher, and then I pair that with the supply, grenade launcher usually has terrible ammo, and I can just spam the heck out of the grenade launcher, and you just AoE everything, and nothing can get near you because it's getting blown up from a distance. It's stupid. But yeah, and then I also get to be supportive with it. So it's like the supply backpack is so great. Then my next one is the spear. Right now it's really bad, but gosh darn, I love playing artillery and just sniping the bases really far away. If you want to kill big things, you're better off just taking the railgun, or using the autocannon. But other than that, yeah. Also the recoilless rifle, because the spear only has 4 shots, and then when you're playing on the hardest difficulties, you're gonna be shooting a lot more than just 4 big guys. So very underwhelming right now. But gosh darn, I love sniping bases with it. And then, ooh, yeah, I think I ordered this. The jetpack, I love using jetpacks in games. However, the cooldown between each use is so long that it detracts a little bit. But that's okay though, because the jetpack kind of breaks the game a lot. Usually if something swarms around you, you're basically dead. But if you have the jetpack, you can just get out of that. I know the shield generator is better for that, because shield generator is broken, but the jetpack gets you out of that. Also, if you feel like sniping or something like that, you can just use the jetpack to get on top of some scenery, and then you can just snipe everything from afar, and nothing can get you, except for maybe some ranged enemies. But you'll probably be fine. And then the recoilless rifle. I love using the recoilless rifle, but gosh darn, it needs more ammo. Not as bad as the spear, but it needs more ammo. But gosh darn, it feels so satisfying to go shoot down ships with it. Same thing with the anti-tank thing down here. But the anti-tank, you can kind of spam call that down, whereas the recoilless, you have to reload every single shot, and I get 6 or 8 shots. I forget. I can't believe I'm forgetting, because I've used it so many times. But it's kind of hard to get back the ammo for it, because I think it only gives you back 2 shots every time you pick up a supply, and that's not much. And since you need a backpack slot, you can't have the supply thing. So that's kind of a big problem. And then there's the autocannon. Autocannon is stupidly broken, but I don't find it as fun as the other ones. One of my friends is absolutely addicted to the autocannon. I'm just finding it's middle of the pack. It's really fun. And then you got the laser drone. I love just having something follow me and just shoot things. I don't know. So that's nice. Nothing too crazy, but I love having it. Unfortunately, I love having so many of these other backpack items more. So I never really get to use the drone that much unless if someone else dies and they don't care if I take their drone. So yeah. And then the other drone at the very bottom, I haven't used it, to be honest. But I've seen a lot of people say that's not bad. But it's like, just visually, I'm just like, but that's not a giant laser going at the enemy. And I find it a lot more funny just seeing the lasers and being like, oh shit, he's aiming my way. Oh no, I gotta get away. Because the drones, they kill your allies a lot. It's so funny and chaotic. So I love the drones because of that. Now the shield, I don't really like the shield because while the supply, you have to manage like the stims. The shield is just like you put it on, you're never dying. It doesn't change your gameplay at all, except that you can be a bit more lazy. Very good if you're trying to keep your samples though. But yeah, it's like, eh. But of course, maybe that's just because on higher difficulties, it feels mandatory to bring it. And I don't like it when things feel mandatory. I want to use all these other things. And that's kind of like a problem I have with Helldivers 2 in general, is like, when you get to the higher difficulties, if you're not bringing like the better stuff, like you're kind of hindering the experience for your friends. And I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to do that. I just want to be like a complete idiot and run at the enemy and be like, for liberty, and just throw a grenade and just like splash and kill everything around me, including myself. I want to be a complete ninny when playing Helldivers 2, but I can't do that on higher difficulties. And then I can't bring the fun weapons on the higher difficulties. So it's kind of a problem. So when you get to the higher difficulties, it looks something more like this, where it's like, oh, the more fun ones are just like kind of bad. Jetpack, you're either gonna say it's the best or the worst. I'm under the impression that's the worst, because generally anything that the jetpack can get you out of, you can get out of just by like being aware. And also shield generator. Like with the jetpack, you can still get slapped by something and get slowed down because of that. Shield generator prevents this little slap from something slowing you down from the bugs. And then the shield generator also prevents you from getting one-shot by the rockets. So yeah. Recoilless rifle is very good for shooting down the bot dropships. So I love bringing that for like the defense missions, and then I've been thinking about bringing it for other things, but it's really hard to justify taking it over shield generator because shield generator is just that powerful. But since the recoilless rifle is more of a support role where you're taking down the ships, like that shield generator does not seem as good, because you can just take out a tank or like the dropships that bring 2 Hulks for some reason. So yeah. And then autocannon. Ooh. Is it better than the supply? I would say yes. Because autocannon, it does everything. It kills little guys, it kills middle guys. I'm pretty sure it can deal with like heavy armor guys too, because I know it can absolutely wreck chargers, and our chargers are heavy armor. So autocannon, absolutely broken. And then drones. Ooh. Yeah, I think that one's kind of fine on the bugs. But again, like, why aren't you bringing the shield generator? But yeah, that's generally how I feel about like how strong those are. Definitely a lot different than like how fun they are. And I did not order the effectiveness on like the call down weapons. So which one's the most fun? the anti-tank missiles were like my first like unlock, and I got addicted to them like ever since I've used them because I like having the big explosions and massively strong hits, and then I get to call that down every 70 seconds. So I love using it on like difficulty 4, and I just take down the only charger that like spawns. At higher difficulties, it kind of has a problem, just a bit of a problem. That's where the rail cannon comes in. Where the rail cannon, you can just spam the heck out of the rail cannon on the heavier targets, because you're not going to have enough ammo and anything else that can take out heavy targets. Because let's see here, like what else is going to be able to do it? The antimatter rifle, and then like those ones don't do it, and then you got the things that require backpacks. So the friggin' railgun is ridiculous. But yeah, that said though, railgun is really fun. But is it more fun than these things? Honestly, I don't think I like using the sniper that much because of how chaotic the game is and like how much you get swarmed by everything. I don't think the sniper is worth it. Like, it's so hard to get like a place where you can just sit still for a little bit. I feel like if you have a team that's like clearing out everything decently, you can have a time to go snipe things. But in general, like, why not just take something else and just like mow things down instead? So the sniper, there is like a nice comparison between the railgun and the antimatter sniper. So it is kind of iffy. The railgun is definitely better for the big boys, because it can kill bosses in just a couple hits. Whereas the antimatter sniper, anti-material, whatever, it has a lot more ammo. So much more ammo, and it can zoom, so it's much easier to use, and you can use it on the little guys as well without having to feel bad about it. You can use it on everything. And it can still take out big guys. It just takes a bit more shots. But yeah, but here's the thing though. If you're killing little guys, take out your primary. That's what your primary's for. And then you still have a secondary on top of that. So that's why like the rail gun is like rated so highly, is because you already have like guns fulfilling the roles of what like the anti-material sniper is doing. But again, you got range on the anti-material sniper, so there you go. But gosh darn, it's so fun just one-shotting a Bile Titan with a rail gun. I've done that like a couple times. I haven't brought the railgun that much, but like, my gosh, just being able to like 2 or 3 shot like a boss, it's ridiculous. Let's see here. Ooh, flamethrower. I think that's a little more fun. It feels bad. It feels really bad. But I have fun with it. I just like shoot it and basically do what you see in the little preview of it. Just shoot it and retreat. Because if you're advancing and shooting that thing, you're just going to burn yourself. But yeah, that's why it's like very hard to go use it regularly. So it's like, I don't know. The arc thrower, shooting out lightning, real fun. One of my friends is absolutely addicted to this gun. This is like their main gun. He realizes how powerful it was, but it also just looks really cool. So yeah, I do love that. I haven't used it a whole lot, but yeah, really fun. And then you got your machine guns. Ooh. I think I would place them. They're next to each other for sure, because they're both machine guns. I like the idea of having a gun that's so strong that you have to stay in place to go kill everything. And that's why I love the HMG emplacement so much. But yeah. I sure hope I haven't been like blocking this whole list this whole time. Oh, whoops. But yeah, that's like how fun I find all of them. Oh no, I haven't been blocking anything. Good, good. So yeah, that's how I feel for like how fun it all is. Did I really put a sniper as like the least fun? Eh. I mean, it's a little bit iffy, cause that laser gun, I haven't used it enough, and on hot maps it just overheats too much. Not as much as like the primary that has a laser gun as well, but if you swap between the two of those, I'm pretty sure it would be fine. But I haven't tried doing that enough, so I'll have to give that a shot. But it's like there's plenty of ammo placed around the map, and then you can get the resupply. So it feels really niche, and it takes a lot of cooperation in order to like make the ammo-less weapons like usable. But like I can see like how they could be used. But at this point, when no one's like using communication or whatever, like it's not that great. So I'm definitely gonna. Now this is where I'm gonna start putting them into like how powerful I think they are. Railgun, obviously the most broken thing. Anti-tank is you don't need a backpack slot because you just summon it down whenever you need it, and then you just go and shoot the thing. Now, it's a little bit harder on some of the higher difficulties, especially against the bots, because they can increase your cooldown for the call down time. So if you're trying to call it down when a ship approaches, you won't be able to have that time anymore to pick it up and go shoot it. Oh yeah, little tip if you're using the anti-tank, crouch down, just crouch down, and your aim will improve so much. Like, it's like night and day. It blew my mind. But then again, I did have the 30% difference when crouching and proning armor on when I was testing that. So take that with a grain of salt. But like, I also like having the +2 grenades, which I think is also on the same perk. So yeah. But yeah, the railgun and the anti-tank are the two ones I use the most. But like the anti-tank I usually bring for the dropships every single time, because my gosh, it makes the missions so much easier. Let's see. And then I'm not gonna go try like organize these all like based on each other. So yeah. Like these general like groups are generally how I feel about them. It's like you gotta have a backpack slot. If you're not using a backpack slot, what are you doing? And then like the support weapons are so great because higher difficulties, you're always dealing with armor and such. So because of that, I'm going to put this down there. Yes, the flamethrower is very good at killing the little guys. Yes, yes. But on bots, they're going to be too far away. And on the bugs, they'll jump past your flames and get you on fire. So it's like, ugh, it's really bad. It's actually a detriment. But if you're doing a thing where you don't have to deal with the green bugs that slow you down at range or the things that jump at you, then it's fine. But only fine. Because you still have to deal with chargers, and there's better things to deal with the chargers than the flamethrower. It's like, what's the role of the flamethrower? You know? It's like, eh. But yeah. It's nice for a little bit of extra damage, but overall, it's not a gun you can go clear everything with. And I do like the fire support, literally, but like, why not just kill the thing in the first place? Maybe when there's like other enemies, the flamethrower will be more useful, but at this current time with the enemies that are in the game, no, don't bring it. Because you need so much anti-heavy armor stuff in this game. So yeah, this is going to be up there because you can use the sniper for everything. Arc thrower, I think is even... Ooh. That's the thing. I actually haven't used the arc thrower enough. The sniper, if you go ultra try-hard mode, I'm pretty sure it could be like up here. But for how you generally play, I don't think it would go that high, because you would have to be absolutely perfect at crouching and proning with the sniper. But I feel like even at the higher difficulties, just because of how much you get swarmed, it's like they're never going to be far enough away from you to go get a chance to go snipe. Unless if you're with a team that's willing to go do stealth. If you got stealth people, snipers godlike. And they should even show like a preview of you just sniping people and they don't even notice that you're there because you're so far away, they don't know where the shot's coming from. Absolutely broken. But yeah, for most missions, at least for now, because people are probably going to get better. People are probably going to do more stealth. It'll probably go up, like, in how good it is. It'll probably be the best one, I feel. The machine guns, they're at least usable. Are they more usable than the... Yeah, I think they're more usable because I think they do more. That's the hard part, because the laser gun and the machine guns, they both kind of fulfill the same role, but I don't know the damage differences between them. I don't know. Grenade is stupid. Where would I put this? You know what? I do feel like I have to put the sniper up there. For me, it's not going to be up there. Like, I feel like, in theory, it's up there, but... Oh, yeah. I don't know. Yeah. The sniper is good as the wielder, and I'm not going to be that great. Because I feel like most of the weapons, like... Pretty much everyone can go use them the same efficiency. Like, the flamethrower does take a little bit of skill to use. And most people that use the flamethrower are really bad with them. But, like, even when you start using the flamethrower properly, like, it's just decent. Like, I would feel like it would be up there once you get used to the flamethrower. But, like, in general, most people aren't... The flamethrower is just a little too niche. And there's a skill curve for it. So, yeah. I have seen people wreck with it, though. But it's mainly just for killing little guys. It's just like, not worth it. Then the grenade launcher. Yeah. Okay, grenade launcher's kind of dumb. Because you're clearing out huge amounts of, like, waves of things. And then, if you've ever done blitz missions, it's like, you have to take the grenade launcher because you just have to go walk by something a little bit and then you can shoot from a huge distance into like all the bases or in the bug holes and they're just dead. They're just dead. It's super broken. But yeah. But yeah, that's generally how I feel. I feel like if I go mess with this anymore, I'll keep on shuffling those around, but that's like the general feel because I think the arc thrower can deal some damage to heavier targets. So arc thrower and above, like those are all things that are like extremely good. But these other ones, like from the laser down to the flamethrower, it's like you have primaries and secondaries. Go use those to kill the little guys. Why are you wasting a support slot for this? You could be using anything else. You could be using, like, well, the eagles or orbitals or something. There's so much more you could be using for that stratagem slot. It's not worth it. Alright. So, now that I've talked about all the stratagems... Come on. Now let's talk about the weapons, and then I'll start talking about everything else. The weapons should go by pretty quickly, I feel. This pistol, at the very beginning, that's the one that you start with, is outclassed by the Redeemer in every way. Same accuracy, same damage, just fires more slowly. It and it has more recoil. Why does it have more recoil than the thing that shoots faster with the same damage? And not only that, the Redeemer can change its setting for how much it shoots. You can even make it go from machine gun to just shooting single shots, and I'm pretty sure that's a burst option, but I haven't used it that much because I am addicted to the revolver. I love the revolver. Every time I play a game, I see the revolver, it's just like boom. And revolvers always just feel really like overpowered, even though they're balanced that way because you have to go reload everything. It just feels powerful. But like the revolver is like the only like secondary because there's only 3 secondaries. So we're basically deciding between the revolver and the Redeemer. The revolver can kill like heavier armored stuff, so I like using the revolver. Now, the spray and pray, I haven't used it because it's a later game weapon, but like I've seen the shots bounce off of some of the weaker enemies in the game. I'm just like, this weapon doesn't work. It just flat out doesn't work. So I like it. That's a meme weapon, but you can't use that in a normal game. It's like it's a thing for just like every now and then, but you're not using that weapon. It's barely functional. And then I think this is the explosive version of the default machine gun you start with. The problem is it fires too slowly. Like it's sacrificing too much for what you get out of it. Unfortunately, that's kind of a similar thing with the Dominator, but it's not as bad. The Dominator I can actually go use in a regular match, but it has a niche, but like I don't like its niche. It could probably be much higher, but I'm not a fan of it because it is a functional weapon. Unlike these like bottom two, it's like they're usable, but like, well, actually, not the spray and pray. The spray and pray is not usable. They're just underwhelming compared to the other ones. And then you got the pump shotgun. The shotguns in this game are really good. That one's the slowest. It's like the worst shotgun, but it's still a shotgun. Everything's coming at you in close range. Yes, you're going to go destroy them. Okay, and then we got the incendiary shotgun, which the flames are very underwhelming. It kind of works. Just use the regular breaker, which is just a machine shotgun. So I do like the machine shotguns because I love the AA-12 in Killing Floor, so that was fun. I prefer the hunting shotgun because I like big boom. But still. Anyways. And then there's the laser gun there. I feel like if you pair that with the call down laser gun, like you can just go throughout the whole mission without any ammo. Unless if they like add like a debuff where like there's something about ammo that like can be a problem. Yeah. I feel like its damage is way too weak. And it's a struggle killing even the weak enemies with the laser guns. It's really bad. But like in theory, you could just give ammo to other people and just bring the supply pack or something like that. I don't know. And then here's the DLC gun because I'm like, ooh, Magicka game. I'm going to go buy the DLC. And people were like, what the heck is going on with your aim? That's just the gun. The rate of fire is double that of the normal gun, and I'm pretty sure the recoil is even worse. So you just tap it and it goes whoop, right up into the sky. So it's kind of a funny weapon, but luckily you can turn it into a burst mode or a single fire mode. So like I feel like this is just a better version of the starter gun, but it's so much harder to use properly. So it's a skill issue, but because it's a skill issue, I don't think I'm going to be using that anytime soon. And then you got the Scorcher and the Slugger. I've heard mixed reviews on like what these two guns are like. I haven't unlocked them yet because they're towards the end. So it's like, I don't know. Because they're both precision weapons and they do tons of damage. So I don't know. But like, I am definitely biased towards the Scorcher right now because it's energy-based explosions at range and precision. It's like, there's a lot of good things about it. You just can't blow things up there right in your face. So good luck with that. And then the Slugger is basically a shotgun, but like instead of having a spread, it's just a single pellet. So it's like, I don't know if that feels like a shotgun anymore, but okay. But yeah, stupid strong. So yeah, I'm tempted to go play both of those, but I'm going to have to spam defense missions because otherwise if I don't spam defense missions, I'm never playing them. I'm never going to use those because they take so many medals. Because I think the Scorcher, you need to have like 1,000 medals and you only get like 3 to 5 per mission. I mean, I guess it depends on the difficulty. Because the highest difficulty, I think you get like 10 to like 16, depending on like how far in the operation you are. But yeah. It's going to take a long time. You have to grind a lot. But yeah, I'm going to be spamming the defense strategy with the mortars. Because otherwise, it's not going to be possible for me to get those. And then, this thing. I think this is the machine gun with the medium armor penetration. I think I've unlocked it. And then I forgot about it. Or I'm about to unlock it. I don't remember. But I haven't used it. And I haven't seen anyone use it. So I have no idea what's up with this weapon. So, all I'm going to have to see. But I'm pretty sure it's the medium armor penetration machine gun. I could be wrong. Oh, wait, no, that's... Isn't that... No, it's not that. No, that is... Yeah, that is the medium armor penetration machine gun. Well, we'll have to go see. And then, sniping primaries. They... Basically, if you don't want to use the anti-material rifle as a support, then you can use these. Because the anti-material sniper has all the ammo in the world. So you never have to worry about ammo for that gun. So, but like if ammo is a problem, you can just have these as well. But I think that would be overkill. But yeah, sniping niche. If you want to snipe, do that. Because I like the idea of like bringing one of these snipers and then taking out like anti-heavy armor stuff as like a support. So yeah, pretty good. And then, of course, at the very top, we all know that the breaker is the most overpowered thing right now. I know there's probably going to be, like, some people saying, like, it's not the best, because, yes, of course not. It's just that the breaker is, like, it requires no skill. You just go up next to something, and you just click the button a few times, and they're dead. And poor accuracy, you have poor accuracy. You don't need good accuracy with a shotgun, because it spreads out everywhere, and it's a machine gun, and you just kill it. It's just dead. It's just like the wave clearing potential of the breaker is insane. And then you got like the starter machine gun and then the submachine gun defender. They are good for everything, basically. Just not like heavy armor stuff. Which basically is just a niche, because there's not many weapons here that can take out medium armor stuff. So, the machine gun, you may start with it, but you can use it for the whole game. So there you go. I think the defender's better, though, because I think it might be slightly slower recoil, but you can shoot it with one hand. So you can go run away and shoot behind you while you're running away. You can't do that with the starter machine gun. And then you can also be the person that takes up the mission where you pick up the SSD and go do that. Or you can use it with the ballistic shield if you feel like using that terrible shield for some reason, but you can. So yeah, the defender is much, much better. So yeah, that's all the guns that are in the game currently. That was a lot. That was a lot to say. But one last thing I want to say about stratagems is so much leakage of mech footage. It's hilarious. But I'm looking forward to... I feel like once they get out if I can get away with it, I'm just gonna call down mechs and whatever that vehicle is. Because there was a screenshot. I haven't seen any footage of it, but I've seen a screenshot of the vehicle with a turret in the back, and then there's a passenger seat, and then a driver's seat. I'll probably use that, but it depends on like how fast it goes. I'm gonna try using the mech as much as possible, but I'm not feeling too hopeful about it because the mech is huge. There's rocket things everywhere in the bot area, and you're going to get swarmed just like crazy by the bugs. It's like, I don't see how the mech is going to be useful in this current point in time, because I doubt it's going to have that much health. I mean, it's going to be very beefy, of course, but like with the massively huge hurt box and then slow turning, you can walk really fast. I'm actually kind of shocked how fast it walks, but like it turns really slowly. So I feel like it's just not gonna do well. I feel like it'll probably be good for like difficulties 4 to 6, but once you get into like the difficulties where you get super rare samples, it's just not gonna cut it. It's just not gonna cut it. There's just too much things that'll probably be able to kill it instantly, and with the higher emphasis on stealth in those difficulties, no, don't bring it. It's a terrible idea. Alright. Anything else I can say about Helldivers before I go back into everything else? Yeah. Oh yeah, servers were dying, but they actually fixed the servers, so that's actually nice. I was actually surprised. I was expecting like more server issues, but you can actually just log in regularly now. So that makes me happy. But yeah, my only complaint about Helldivers right now is that I have to grind. I don't like grinding. I just want to use the items. I just realized how fast I'm talking. I may have been a bit of a dummy and had like 3 energy drinks today. Because I'm like, oh, there's smaller ones. These are smaller energy drinks. No. The big ones I used to drink were like 16 fluid ounces, and then these ones are 12. I thought I was like half. No. So I have a bit of like energy, so my mouth is running a lot faster than my mind is thinking all the time. So yeah. I think that's everything I got to say about Helldivers. Oh yeah, speaking of energy drinks, I'm going to be not having any energy drinks for the rest of this month, because I'm recording this on the 1st of March. I'm not going to be doing because I had too many energy drinks last month, which is probably why I was so tired. Wrecked my sleep. But yeah. I guess I go into the checkpoints now. Emotional checkpoint. I felt absolutely amazing throughout most of the month. I did get tired, and then like after I played Helldivers, I realized, oh no, I played too many, and then I felt kind of guilty because of that. But other than that, like I felt great for the entire month. Yeah. All right, so now let's go weigh ourselves again. I have an idea because I accidentally did it on the other file. Well, yeah. So, not going to be a big surprise. Though I kind of forget like how much of a difference it is between this and the other one. So I don't know how much. Nope. Nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. No picture. Not of the face, at least. I am still shocked that it's super dark. I'm kind of curious how my balance is gonna be because of this. And safe because it's funny. What? Okay, I was gonna say, because I thought I balanced it out afterwards. A bit restless. That's what 3 energy drinks will do. What was I thinking? I wasn't because I was tired. This is why I don't do things when I'm tired. But I want to make sure I got the 7. Try to go upwards from the head? Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that. But this is why I don't frickin' try to stick to a schedule too hard, because I skip sleep like days like today. So 2.6 pounds. So I basically didn't gain anything because I literally just ate like food to make me ready for the rest of the day. So like if me like eating like super bad for like two weeks, and then like the first couple weeks I didn't eat like terribly, but like I could have done a little better. But like if half of the month eating bad and then half of it eating decent, I feel like this will be easy. So if I can stick to my diet next month, like we should see a difference, like a significant like drop. So we'll go see. Because the only thing that's going to happen next month is St. Patrick's Day. Unless if someone's birthday comes out of nowhere. But, like, I think I've learned my lesson this month. So, we'll go see what happens. Eating. And then I also didn't get enough exercise. Because I have, like, Beat Saber is like my main source of aerobics. And I don't really have a nice substitute for Beat Saber right now. Because I can't go running. Because my knees are still too weak. They're getting stronger with the leg exercise that I'm doing. But they're still not strong enough to be just jumping around just yet. Yeah, 2.2 pounds. So yeah, I'm not too surprised about that. Because I drank so much water. Like, I think I drank like 3 cups of water, like big tall glasses, and then I had like 2 sandwiches. I probably could have just done 1 sandwich, but you know, I was like super hungry. There. Oh, I guess we might as well do this. Why not? There. Oh, right. Agility. Oh no, I remember being awful with these way back when.
3, 2, 1.
I can already feel like I did way better than I used to. Oh. Oh, I didn't finish though. Alright, so maybe it's not as good as I remember. Because I'm pretty sure I've done them all before. So. I did get a little nervous though. Oh gosh. Compare the number. If it's greater. Okay. Because sometimes I'm pretty sure later on they'll mix it up on you and just be like lesser. Oh, I'm doing it nice and easy on us. Oh shit, I forgot about that. Wait, no! I panicked. It's the 7 on the right side. I can't believe I panicked. I messed up on this. I never mess up on this. I blame the energy drinks, making me all jittery. You're 57. Oh snap! Even younger. I'm going younger way too fast. I'm gonna become a baby by the end of the year. But yeah, I definitely feel so much better already. I may not have done like the exercises nearly as much as I wanted to, but like I feel so much better already. So I can only imagine if I can stick to it the rest of March, like the amount of difference that's gonna make. Different activities, yay! I plan on making a video doing like pretty much every activity in the Wii Fit, but I don't know when I'll do that. But that's something I have planned. Thing is, I don't have everything unlocked, and I don't know how long it takes to unlock. You know what, before we go, give us a little tip. Have you heard? I don't know. Maybe. I'm using 2 accounts, man. You don't exercise, your body may age earlier. I mean, I know that. I felt my oldest when I was 19. I feel younger than I've ever been in my life. Yeah. Exercising with someone else is such an easy way to stay motivated. So I definitely recommend doing that. Because, like, if everyone else is just sitting on the couch, like, eating chips and getting fat, of course you're gonna feel like you're allowed to go do it as well. So, definitely grab someone else to go have healthy habits. But yeah, now that I've done that, have fun watching the rest of the video. Let's see here on my little notes here. Someone asked me, like, since I've been like exercising quite a bit lately, someone was like, "Is that what you want?" When they heard me like going to go exercise, I'm just like, "Wait, what? What do you mean? What?" But like exercise, it gives you energy, it gives you strength, like you feel so much better after doing everything. It's like, why wouldn't I want to go do that? But like it made me stop in my tracks for a moment, because I'm like, why would anyone not want to exercise? Because, you know, 330 is my heaviest weight. Everything felt like absolute hell growing up because I was too weak and overweight and I never had energy for anything. So I'm like, yeah, I want an exercise. I feel like I used to feel like shit all the time. Now I don't. But like it made me think about other things. So I found that kind of funny. Of course, there can be a point where like too much exercise is getting a little bit ridiculous. We'll have to go see how far that gets to as time goes on. I mean, I just find it kind of funny because like when I was a kid, I'm just like, I'll never be one of those gym bros. And then like here I am having like protein stuff and just like doing exercises. It's like, okay. Life goes in different ways that you don't expect. Yeah. Now for the efficiency checkpoint. Well, I was playing Helldivers for like half the frickin' month. Steam says I played 70 hours. I don't know how much of that was me like AFKing in the queue, because I'm pretty sure I did like stay in the queue for like overnight a few nights. So that's probably like half of that time is not counted, but I did definitely like spend way too much time on the first week of Helldivers. Like it ate up all my free time, and then, like this week I was basically like catching up on everything that I kind of left behind. So oopsies. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that again. It's just like it was the perfect storm of everything. Like being a little too tired, and then like did a little party with a friend, and then like I did some other bad habits because I was tired. And then like Helldivers was much more fun than I was expecting because it's like, because I knew it was going to be fun because it was the Magicka devs, and then like everyone else was having a blast, and it was number one on Steam, so it's like, yeah, it's kind of hard to resist that. But yeah, but yeah, I have to be more careful in the future because at the start it was just a blast all the time, but after a while I realized I'm just grinding now. It's like it is fun, but like once I have to like start using certain builds in order to do the higher difficulties, it started to not get fun, especially because you get so many more samples and medals at higher difficulties that it's not really worth it to go do it. I mean, medals is okay because you can find medals around the side objectives in the lower difficulties, so it's not that bad. But samples, you need to be in the higher difficulties. And super rares don't even spawn until difficulty 7. So that's a pain in the booty. And the thing is, everyone has their own strategies. So it kind of sucks doing the higher difficulties if you're not with your friends. I mean, that's kind of the whole point of the co-op. But like everyone else had their fill of Helldivers. So they're waiting a little bit for the next things to come out. But like I'm like, I have to go do everything right now. Everything has to be unlocked now. So that's kind of a problem because I used to play MMORPGs, so my brain goes into that mode of gotta go grind now. But like once I caught myself doing that, I was just like, okay, no more Helldivers for a little bit. Wait until the mechs come out, then I can go play as much as I want because I love the mechs. I was very tempted to go play MechWarrior 5 again. Like, it made me remember, like, ooh, I do love mechs. Yeah. But yeah. One thing I realized, once I realized I was getting too tired, I'm like, okay, you know what? I need something to remind me to actually get sleep and actually meditate and stuff, so I actually make proper decisions and such. So I brought down the frickin' Lucario amiibo and just placed it on my computer. That way, like, when I wake up or if I come back from work, I'm just like, oh yeah, let me calm down for a minute, not get on, and just, like, let myself go into autopilot. I need to calm down for just a moment. Because when you never let yourself relax for even 5 minutes, like, you make so many bad decisions, so I brought that down and it made things so much easier. Speaking of Lucario, in July, I'm planning on going into this monk mode. Basically because that's when Lucario's movie came out, so I'm just like, okay, we'll do that. Why not? Basically trying to go, like, cut down a lot of things. That way, like, once I actually do settle into that, like, it'll be easier. Basically, you're going to be unplugging everything and just be like, okay, the only thing I can play that's digital is, like, the Wii Fit. And then I'll go do that. But, yeah. Because, again, last year was really bad, and this month was also bad. Last month, I thought I was going to be totally fine and everything was going to be good, but apparently this month was not the greatest. So I'm going to go try doing this little monk mode thing. And we'll see how that goes, because I need to rewire the brain a little bit, because I definitely know there's like some in real life things that I need to go like catch up on. And I'm wondering, what other things have I not been thinking about that need to be done? So I'm going to go see what happens after that. Maybe nothing, maybe something life-changing. We'll go see. But yeah, I'm definitely planning on climbing a mountain during that time, though. Knowledge checkpoint. You know what? Trying to learn things when you're tired is a bad idea, because you're not going to remember it. And then on top of that, I didn't take notes, even making it harder to remember anything, so I don't have a whole lot to say. So, lesson learned. But I do know a little bit more about fixing toilets, because the toilet broke, so I got to go, like, watch a bunch of things and see like how toilets actually work. So yeah. All right, physical stuff. I did not do as much physical stuff as I was supposed to because I was tired, and then I got distracted by Helldivers. But with that said, though, I did get started for for a little while, and I gotta say it made a huge difference in such a short time when I was doing it properly. The first time I did the leg day thing, I basically was like doing a whole bunch of squats, just trying to go like all the way down, and then did that until my legs would tremble too much, and then I would take a break. So I did that a few times, but I only did like one set on the first day, and then I wasn't able to move. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll take a little bit of a break. And then I tried to go back. I tried to go do it. It didn't work. I'm like, okay, I guess I won't go do that. I'll just go walk over here. So basically, my legs did not like that. So I thought that was rather funny. So I'll have to be setting up a safer area next time because I was not expecting to almost fall because my legs were too tired. So I guess that's what happens when you train to failure on your upper legs. I was not expecting that. But yeah, after like doing that, I realized my legs were moving a lot more frequently when I was recording. Now, I don't know. I don't think they're going to be moving that much right now because I did a terrible job at keeping up with my exercise this month. But immediately after like doing the leg day, like I realized I was moving around a lot more. But yeah, I still need to go do a lot more so I can even move even more. And then maybe I'll go start walking around like a silly person and whenever I go play a video game. We'll go see. Let's see here. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, clamshells. Clamshells are apparently too easy. So, because I was like doing it for like 100 like reps or something, and I felt like nothing. I'm like, okay, this ain't doing anything. The only reason why I did so many is because I was watching something while doing clamshells. I'm just like, I'm not feeling any muscles at all. So apparently I need to do something harder for those muscles, and apparently those muscles are not the muscles that are having troubles right now. One thing I did notice about like after doing like the hard exercises and having a good diet at the beginning of the month, my face was getting like a lot more angular, which I thought was kind of interesting. But then like after I had like a party and then I started playing Helldivers, I probably gained some weight because I definitely saw like my face get rounded again. I'm like, ooh, interesting. Can the body transform that quickly? It's not gonna be anything drastic, but like I can see the difference, like a subtle difference. So I thought that was kind of funny. Because anytime I've exercised before, I've never noticed like an angular like features happening. I just saw like my face kind of like shrinking a little bit, but never like go angular. I'm like, oh, interesting. Oh, that's right. I don't know if I want to do this right now, but someone recommended me to do splits. I haven't actually tried that yet. So, let's see. Let's see how far down. Does it count if I put my knee down? Oh no. I think that's as much as I can go. Yeah. I have to work on flexibility a bit more. I was doing like hamstring exercises and stuff like that. Oh, I hope I had that on the camera. I know I'm in a different location. Move this back a little bit. There. But like I forgot that splits were a thing, so I'll have to go give that a shot. I'm definitely unflexible at this moment. Yeah, when I was doing like leg day stuff, like I was really stretching out the hamstrings and doing the butterfly stretch, and I'm like, oh my god, I feel it. But my gosh, I felt so much better afterwards. So I'll have to go do that some more. Oh, that's right. So this is... So, when I was looking at toilet... squat stuff, I realized that, like, I might be sitting down on the toilet improperly because they were talking about, like, how it's natural to go into a deep squat position to go poop. And I'm like, makes sense. So I tried, like, angle my legs inward a little bit, and, like, it made it a lot easier to go poop. I'm like, oh, well then. Maybe that's why it's been so hard most of my life to go pooping. Because normally, like, my legs would go outward, and then that kind of closes your beehole. Thing is, when I was growing up, I was way too fat. So if I try to go inward with my legs, I would crush my man bits. And I don't want to go crush those. I like having them exist. So, another example of, like, the little things that can help you when you lose weight that you might not think about. Yeah. Other physical things. I was wimping out, sleeping on the floor quite a bit, which I think it was just because I was tired, because I'm just like, I don't want to do something that's different and new when I'm tired. So I went back to, like, sleeping on my normal bed for most of the month. But, like, every time I slept on the floor, I slept so much better every single time. So I'm thinking about getting one of these special kinds of, like, floor beds. I've heard some people will be like, oh, you should go use the tatami or the shikibutan. I'm like, is it all just Japan, like, floor things? But yeah, it's like my back has been helped out so much after sleeping on the floor, and it's so much easier to get out of bed in the morning after I've been sleeping on the floor. So yeah. So I'll have to go look into that more. But yeah, very, very, very nice. I'm just shocked that it's improving my sleeping habits so much. I just have to commit. And it's really hard to commit because it's like, this is normal. This is what everyone else does. But, like, it feels so good. Let's see. Oh yeah. Since I was exercising a bit more, I've been eating a bit more food since my body's like, oh, you're doing things. We must need to eat more stuff now. So that's something I'm going to have to go struggle with for a little bit, because normally throughout most of my life, I'm just going to eat when I'm hungry. But now my body's like, we must eat all the time now. Now that you're doing things with your body, I'm like, oh shit. I actually have to go, like, count the calories and such and look at the nutrition stuff so I can actually not overeat. So we'll have to go see what happens there. But yeah. With the exception of today, I'm going to have no caffeine for the rest of the month. Because in February, like, caffeine really didn't do a whole lot for me. So I'm, like, drinking it for, like, no reason. Tastes good, but, like, there's no real reason to be having it. So, yeah. Also, when I had alcohol at someone's party, like, it didn't do much. I mean, to be fair, I did have a bunch of food before, but, like, and then, like, eating food is how you make it so you don't get, like, the effects of alcohol so strongly. So, I don't know. I guess I should say this. Don't drink to get drunk. Just drink a little bit just to take the edge off. Like, getting drunk is overrated. Yeah. But part of me was wondering, like, was I eating too much food for this caffeine and alcohol to not work, or am I just too healthy that like how I feel with the alcohol and caffeine is just like not that much of an improvement anymore because I feel so great all the time. So I don't know. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I still have a lot more to talk about. So, Smash checkpoint now. Wait. Hobot. So now, I did not make much progress at all in Smash because I was tired all the time. Again, lack of sleep is very, like, it affects everything you do. So get some sleep. So yeah, I had a hard time doing stuff in Smash because I was not getting enough sleep. So yeah, so I didn't really improve that much. And then I decided to go be a big dummy and look at like the roster again and be like, ooh, is there someone else I want to go play this stuff? I was like, no, it's a trap. Don't ever do that. Don't look at the roster. If you want to like practice the basics of like the more advanced techniques, then don't play other characters. Just stick with Sephiroth. He's basic enough. It's like, sure, you can go do Joker or Ridley or someone else, but just stick with one character. And I just, it's so hard for me to do that. But like, you see this? Y'all see this? This is basically, I was planning on like uploading a thing talking about like all the characters, but I was like way too tired. So I'm just like, nah, I'm not going to go upload this. But this is like basically the results of like me trying to balance like what's my favorite gameplay and who do I actually care about, like their style and emotional attachment and memories and all that such. So this is basically how it goes. And I just find it really funny that like in the bottom right, there's just nothing there. It's like, there's just this arc here. I'm like, is there something to that? Like, why is that a thing? But yeah, like I could go, I talked for like 5 hours about like all the characters. And I'm just like, no, I can't upload this. I'll wait until Smash 6 is up. But yeah, one thing I gotta say is, oh, come on. Oh, I can't move them. All right, fine. I don't feel like messing with the settings, but like, I'll just mention like the big ones right now. Basically, from Joker and to the right, I'll go talk about. Because Joker, like, I was recommended to go play for quite a few times because people are like, oh, you like speed? You're playing Sonic because you like his speed and such? Go play Joker. I'm just like, do you understand what Joker is like when people actually know how to play Joker? He's so annoying. He just taps you with the little things. It's like, yes, it has to be fundamental and he actually has to read to go get those little taps on you without him getting hit. But like, if someone actually knows how to play Joker, he's so annoying. It's like, I don't think you understand what I'm going to do to you if I'm playing Joker. Are you sure? But yeah, Joker was a fun time. The thing is, it's like, in theory, like, he's everything I could want in a faster character, but like, I have no emotional attachment to the character. I've been trying to watch like John Awesome's like Persona 5 playthrough, but like, as I watch it, I'm realizing I'm not gonna get attached to this character unless if I actually play the game, aren't I? I know it's like a self-insert character, but still. Yeah, that's the hard part with like a lot of self-insert characters. It's like, it's hard to get attached to them. But yeah. But like, Persona 5 is all about like psychology and like a lot of the archetypes for all the monsters and such and the personas are like based off of Carl Jung's like typings and such. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And there's like a lot of like questioning of like psychological problems and such. Like, since it's Smash, I always forget that like there are a few things a few series that got added into Smash that are actually adults. So I thought that was kind of funny because like one of the first arcs is like dealing with like one of the teachers like raping one of the students, and then like a student like goes to try like jump off a cliff. I mean a building. I'm just like, oh, okay, understandable. And then there's like blood in the game. I'm like, oh, okay, right. That feels a lot different compared to like let's say Yoshi or Kirby. Or I'm like, yeah, there's a bit of a drastic tone difference there. But yeah. But in general, I think Joker could be like one of my favorite characters to go main at some point because he has fundamentals, he's got style, he's got everything. It's just I don't know why my emotions aren't like yes. I mean, I guess his style of anime looking, his character design, I don't really like, but everything else about him is good. So I don't know why. Because I have liked anime in the past, so I don't know why I can't get attached to Joker for some reason. It's like he has everything on the list, but I don't know. But yeah, I guess I have to go mention freaking Little Mac. He's so freaking fast, but like I love the Punch Out games. They're like an example of a perfect game. It does a thing, it goes as far as it does with that thing, and then you're done. And it's just a great time the whole way through. It's like a perfect game. So I love the heck out of Punch Out. And I am a sucker for underdogs, which is one of the reasons why I like Pichu so much. Except Pichu's adorable. I'm sorry, Little Mac. You don't seem adorable to me. You're a bit of a dork, though. Mewtwo, like I'm realizing, I still love Mewtwo a whole lot. I love his movement, and I'm realizing how much I really do love his gameplay after all. And it felt a lot easier when I was just picking up randomly. So yeah, maybe I'll go use him some more because gosh darn, when someone's good with Mewtwo, oh, it's so cool to watch him move around because Mewtwo moves around like no one else. Like the closest thing to Mewtwo would be like Yoshi and Ness and Lucas because it's got the weird floaty jump, but like Mewtwo's movement in general is really weird. So I like Mewtwo a lot. Yeah, I also realized Ridley affected me a lot more growing up than I originally thought. Now that I was thinking about it, because I was really looking at all the other characters again, so I might be trying to go main him again, especially since he's a lot simpler than everyone else up in this upper right corner. Because Joker is one of the hardest, Pichu is one of the hardest, Inkling's one of the hardest, and everyone always complains about like Sephiroth being too precise. Lucario is basically low tier in this game. Like he's still really good, but like when everyone kills you super early, it's hard. And then Meta Knight, like if you can't do that up air combo, he's gonna struggle. And then when people get good at the game, they can avoid that combo. So he has to nickel and dime people even harder than Sheik at higher levels. So yeah, like the only like easy person like around here is like Ridley and Sonic, and then until you get to Robin to the left. But like Ridley and Sonic are basically like the ones that are likely to be easy. So yeah, but Sonic, he's kind of cheesy. But there is some fundamentals to Sonic. It's just that side B is just so broken that like higher competition, like it kind of devolves into that, unfortunately. There's one reason why I was looking at like hit and run characters, which is one reason why I was looking in the Joker. Because I'm like, if people are going to complain to death about Sonic, maybe I'll go play one of the other hit and run characters instead of him. And Joker's one of them. But then I'm like, wait a minute, this kind of reminds me of Inkling. And then I started to think about Inkling a lot more again. And I'm like, wait a minute, you know what? I actually really love this character. Mainly the game, because the Inklings are basically self-insert characters, but in general, the game's atmosphere is like play hard, rest well sort of thing, and just like be good friends and such. Yeah, so I kind of dig that, because that's like kind of the same vibe that like Sonic has. Is like I do kind of like Sonic a bit more because like, well, not more, but like about the same. Because Sonic has like the whole everyone's trying to go kill him, but like he's like, don't worry about it, and then like everyone joins him later, and then there's still like the play hard, rest well sort of thing going on there. But like with playing Inkling and Smash, like it feels like you're in a competitive like mindset the whole time, so you're absolutely wrecking the other opponents. Problem is, you're only gonna kill people at high percents, so good luck with that. And then we got the top 3, which I feel like out of all the characters in the roster, like those 3 are the ones that like probably affected my life the most. Meta Knight didn't really like affect me too much. He's just the mascot of like video games when I was growing up, where it's like you have to improve, and if you don't improve, you're not going to have fun, and you're not going to be able to do as many cool things. So while Meta Knight wasn't the only only character in game like telling me to go do that, he's just the mascot of that. And then I don't think I've ever had a role model, but like the closest thing that would probably be like that would probably be Sephiroth. But like the reason why I loved Sephiroth originally was not the reasons why I like him now. So because all I saw about Sephiroth was that like he was this polite guy, but he's also the villain, and he says some cheesy lines, and I'm like, ooh, because I'm pretty sure I was just a teenager at the time when I saw Sephiroth. I'm like, ooh, I gotta be like the polite villain guy. Ooh. But yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. It's just kind of funny because Sephiroth, like, every time I see him, I like him for different reasons. So, because when I first saw him, I just liked him because he was a villain and he had a cool outfit. Then later on, like, I related him to a little bit, and then like more recently, I saw even more about him, and then like I'm just like, I love this character. So yeah. And then Lucario has probably the biggest impact on my life because he's basically the one that made me go, oh wait, I need to go relax for a little bit instead of trying so hard. Wait, have I mentioned this in the last one? I think I did mention this in the last one. Oops. That's what I get for not double checking everything. I was going to do that this month. I was going to go look at all the previous vlogs and make a list of the things I've talked about so I don't repeat myself. So my apologies if I've repeated myself. Alright. Last ones I'll mention for this is the Mii Gunner. The reason why it's so high up is because of Doom's Slayer. And like Doom is like the brother series to Quake. And Quake 2 was one of my childhood games. So I love that. And then for the Links, Young Link is very low over there. Because I don't like cheesing people out. Because you can just kind of spam. It's like he feels good to play. But I know what it's like for the other person on the receiving end of Young Link's gameplay. It's not fun. But Toon Link I feel like is a bit more like acceptable, but it's still pretty bad. But at least like it feels like you're not getting like cheesed out like Young Link. Because his projectiles are a little longer, you know what's going to happen. And then, but like I like the Breath of the Wild Link more because, you know, Breath of the Wild is all more about like relaxing and such. So I kind of like that. But like after playing the other Links and playing the Breath of the Wild Link, it's just like he's just too slow now. He's too sluggish. I can't handle it anymore. I gotta go do faster characters because look at the upper right. There's a lot of fast characters. Sephiroth is like he's around the same speed as Fox when he has the one-winged angel mode active. He's pretty nutty. Lucario, one of the fastest air speeds in the game. Sonic, fastest run speed in the game. And then Ridley and Mewtwo are also among the fastest in the games. Like I like the fast characters. So it's hard to go back to like Link because he's so sluggish. All right, I think that's enough for talking about Smash. I think that's basically everything. And I swear I won't talk about that anymore. I'm going to try and lock down this month because last month I got too lenient with everything. So I'll try to get more on Smash and like actually have some proper notes next month because I am so embarrassed with like everything I did this month. All right. So now for the game log. I got a little further in Rain Worlds. I don't know where I left off. I think in the last vlog, I think I was going through Hunter. But now, like, I'm going through Artificer, and I believe I'm in the final area. So I had a lot of fun. But towards the end, I was getting too tired. So I'm like, okay, I have to stop for a little bit. I have to make sure I get rested up and do the more. And then Helldivers hit. So it's been a hot minute. So... And it's been making me wonder, like, do I go edit and try to go upload something now? Or do I just try to go do Rain World the next time? And I don't know. But yeah. Mild spoilers. I'm going to say mild spoilers in a sec. But yeah. Like, it was really fun playing Artificer. But yeah. Currently, like, I loved the part where I was climbing the wall, because climbing the wall, there's like 4 or 5 cyan lizards, and they are ridiculously fast, and they basically like do this like explosion jump, and it's almost like a teleport. It's not a teleport, but it's almost like that because of how fast they go. It's so scary. And then you get like multiple coming at you at the same time because there's like an open area that you have to jump across. So they're all gonna go see you and come at you at the same time. It's super like freaking intense. I freaking love it. But I had like a lot of energy during that part, so I can't wait to go edit that and go upload that. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh yeah, creation checkpoint. I didn't do anything with Blender. I feel so bad. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I know like the last 2 weeks in this month was Helldivers. But I'm surprised I was so tired in the previous 2 weeks. Oh, I think one of those weeks I got dragged into Smash because we weren't feeling it on Wednesday, so we played it the next day. And I was just like, oh, that's fine. I got the rest of the week to the month, and then I was just too tired the next week. So I didn't actually touch Blender this month. I feel so bad about that. Alrighty. So I'm going to lock down and get stuff done in March. Alright, so last things last. The Beat Saber video that I'm going to go show in a second it's going to be Hot Wind Blowing from Metal Gear. Because it's been in my mind for a while, but then Helldivers hit, and I'm just like, this is too fitting to have like Helldivers in like Hot Wind Blowing, because Hot Wind Blowing is all about like these soldiers like just doing things just because that's what they're told, and they're like, oh, this is like the best thing ever is the military life and whatever, even though like military life kind of sucks. Support your soldiers and such, but like I don't know. I don't want to get into like that kind of thing. Let's just say war's not pretty. But yeah, Hot Wind Blowing it's a fun song. I could have sworn I've uploaded it before, but I don't know. But yeah, I think that is it. Oh yeah, before I forget, because I should probably start saying this in the freaking video instead of just a description. This world is called Exoplanet Journey. And you can change the I had a little bit of My body panicked there because I thought I was falling there for a second. It's been a hot minute since I've been in VR. But yeah, it's like you can change the different like worlds, and it has like a different music track for each one of them. So I really love this world. But very intensive on the computer. Very intense. So yeah. There's so many. So freaking many. But yeah. I hope you had a fun time listening to me ramble. I hope that next time I will actually get things like properly done. It's so embarrassing. But yeah. Everyone makes mistakes. Let's just hope that March turns out like January did and everything's all okay. I don't want to repeat last year. I don't want to repeat last year. So we'll have to go see. Alright. Goodbye. I'm going to see you later. Ah. Oh my gosh. An hour and a half. And I was trying to do that fast. How much of that was Helldivers? Alright. Goodbye.